the one thing that when I think about this, I'm like, that sounds pretty dirty. Ion
Yeah.
shells on visage birds. I don't know if you can or not, but it's insane. We'll see. I'm sure in this game we will find out.
Hmm.
But not a hero that we've seen a lot of. I mean, it's sort of like one of
Dire
those
team
weird
ban.
heroes that like it mainly is for specialists. But is it a good visage? Gabe,
I mean,
what
the
is
thing
it?
is that all the specialists say that he's not a good hero right now. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
that's true.
Uh, I I'm not even sure what type of farm priority you're supposed to give it. I mean, given that there's a Darkseer already on the field, I'm assuming that this is like
10 seconds remaining.
nah, I don't actually. I don't know.
Probably mid, right? That seems
Yeah, I
most
guess it has to
likely.
be
5
mid.
seconds
Unless they're
remaining.
going
But
like
you don't.
super duper greedy position
Can
5
you can you
visage.
blind pick of mid visage without even knowing the matchup?
I don't know. I don't know, man. It's a little bit nuts. I guess the thing about it is that as long as you can get through that initial laning stage, like things by and large should be fine. I don't know.
Yes, that is true, but I think that's true for most mid lane matchups. That if you want to pick
But
something
what
exotic, then as long as I can get through the laning phase, then I suppose I can recover.
right, like but what so I guess my thought is like what destroys a visage? Like damage over time to take off the Gravekeeper cloak
Yeah, that's the main
stacks.
one.
So like probably Veno, maybe? I don't know.
Well, I don't even think you need to go in that hard on it
Yeah.
because even just with like laning harass, you'll eventually whittle down his armor, and then he has zero armor once you get rid of his grave keeper's cloak.
Right.
And so,
Radiant
just
team
inherently,
ban.
he's not a very good 1v1 hero because if your grave shield is down, then or if any one disable comes along, which Tusk is great at, and Visage is not a very mobile hero. Again, he's entirely dependent on Graveshill. So if you just have like a few stuns to keep him in place, or just good move speed, or damage over time, like there's so many answers to
10
him, and
seconds remaining.
he doesn't really have like a strong advantage in many 1v1 matchups either, which
5
you could feel
seconds
confident
remaining.
being like, okay, well if I put him against Faceless Void, then it's going to be great because it's not going to be great. He's just going to time
Radiant
walk off
team pick.
all of your soul
Dire
assumption
team
Dude,
damage.
they think it's like a 5 visage. They're gonna take SF. They ban
Okay.
out the TA. Interesting.
I think it's more like I don't think you can blind pick a mid visage.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. The
But
Shadow
but I
Fiend I like a lot. It's a pretty cool game for it in some ways. The Nyx Assassin's a little bit annoying. Um,
yeah, there's so much burst damage though.
You may now select your heroes.
Okay.
what happened? What's
So mid
happening?
gyro.
It is going to be a 5 visage.
Yeah,
What a bunch of greedy dudes. They're crazy.
that's really greedy. So yeah, you're offlaning. You're laning against an offlane void, which a Naga Siren should be okay with her high armor and
No,
going up against a melee hero.
it's offlane Cuckoo, offlane Void Spirit. Oh, I thought you said Faceless Void. Sorry, you said
Oh
Void.
yeah, true. That one's on me.
No,
My
what are we gonna do?
bad.
Oh
It's the
God.
purple hero, right? Oh,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but okay, against a Void Spirit, a Naga Siren should do fine, so you don't really need a very strong support. Tusk is probably going to be
5
rotating mid
seconds
fairly
remaining.
frequently, seeing as how you're going to have to enable your Shadow Fiend. So I'm not too worried about the 5 position Visage, but then moving forward, like, your birds can't go into the Chronosphere, so you can't stop Faceless Void from doing things. There are not really many disables, so who's initiating on your team? Is it going to be a surged Ion Shelled Nyx Assassin? Because that's not the most reliable initiation.
It
I
probably is
guess
that though.
it probably is either that or Song Setup,
Mhm.
but that's even worse because it's a 1 position Naga Siren who's not really wanting to start fights. She's wanting to pop into fights after In Your Dream starts it. But yeah, I don't know. I'm curious. Last game 1, I was curious to see what T1 could do with the Omni Knight. In game 2, I'm very curious to see what Paulson's Visage is capable of as a 5 position. But I'm not encouraged based off the draft.
Well, the thing that we got to keep in mind, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, if you remember back to the old days of Miracle, this
Okay.
is his time. This is his place.
You're
It's his
right.
moment. It's the Naga Siren. It's
I don't
it's gonna try and
think
carry him.
Radiance Octarine Core is viable anymore, though.
You're not wrong. But let's look at what his record is. Look at that, 278 to
Ooh.
1. He's only gold tier though. What? Oh no.
Because he knows that the hero's not that great anymore. And the hero is good, but that build is not any good anymore. But if he can carry himself based off of pure mechanical skill, then I'm more than happy to
Prepare
see
for
it.
battle.
Well, it
Because
looks,
my main question mark is on the Visage. I think Naga
Right.
Siren is perfectly viable in this draft. I think Gyrocopter mid will do quite well against a Shadow Fiend and is a pretty good matchup against Faceless Void. And Nyx Assassin Darkseer seems like a very, very strong lane as well. So the rest of it, great. I'm thrilled. What are they all chatting about?
I don't know. Go use it, bro. I'm not sure what he's saying.
No
Well-
more Royal Jelly.
Oh, I got
Lamau,
it.
go use it, bro.
That's sad.
Well, oh, is that why they lost against the Alchemist? Because the Alchemist got a Royal Jelly.
I'm
A
wondering
little
if they
bit of
made-
regen.
You should check real quickly in the last game if they got Royal Jelly buff. They might have not used the Royal Jelly accidentally.
Oh, let me see.
I'm wondering if that's what happened. Maybe.
Yeah, it's possible.
30 seconds.
Because I know I saw the Phantom Lancer walking around with a mango tree for like a while, and I was like, bro,
Yeah.
you gotta plant it. It's not doing anything.
Cool stuff. Very interested to see how this works out, though. As we have a short pause, I'm just gonna say that it's a short pause, and then it will become that. We create our own reality.
Yeah,
Tsunami. It does scale crazy good. The T9 T1 lineup. Yeah, the 4 mangoes for Visage is what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, Soul Assumptions costs a lot.
I don't even know where they're gonna get the damage to add up to Soul Assumption though, because like all the tiny little DOT of Ion Shell that doesn't really cause the additions of Soul Assumptions very quickly. You need like that burst damage.
Right. Yeah. Well, they're probably not going to be laning there against him. So my guess is that they're going to try and tri-lane up top, maybe at the start of this.
Oh man, now that's a throwback. That's what Visage used to be played as a tri-lane support.
Yeah, that seems like the most likely go for them. And then that leaves Darkseer alone on here bottom. So I think that this is kind of an interesting way to watch this, right? Because this does mean that Forev is going to have a terrible time, at least through these first couple waves. Although it looks like Yokum's heading down bottom. Never mind. They're not going to tri-lane it. Or they are going to tri-lane it. They don't know what they're going to do. They're losing their minds. I don't know.
I guess they're trying to figure out where...
Oh,
I don't know whether... Like, the lanes seem pretty clear on Geek Fam. I don't really think there's a whole bunch of flexibility. Zephyr is just taking Forev on a walk. He's got boots, though, so he's not really too concerned about a Ion Shell level 1 Darkseer.
No. Okay, so normally what you want to do with Forev is you push in the first one with double wave, as we see some chase going on up top lane, but you push in the double wave first, and then you go back behind the tower and pull a second one. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, he doesn't have that option right now because he's getting zoned out, and I mean, Tusk is...
Yeah, I don't know why he played into Tusk's hand. Like, he put the second shell on himself and then tried to chase a Boots Tusk. But the Disruptor's not going to zone him out too much, so I guess Forev isn't too concerned. But I'm just curious what the goal of the tri-lane on tier 1, T1 is going to be. Because I just haven't seen Visage as a tri-lane support in a very, very long time.
Well, and I think part of the reason that we haven't is because of this move that Zephyr's going for right now. You just pull the wave back behind the tower, and then it doesn't really matter that much. Like the tri-lane... Oh, I guess that you've got 2 heroes here, so that way Cuckoo can't get anything at the very least, or isn't going to be able to get as much as he might have otherwise been able to. But laning's dead. It's all about pulling creeps now.
Yeah. And so what is your Visage going to do if not be a lane support? Because later on, can't really roam until you're level 6. And you can't really stun people until you're level 6.
Oh.
He does have Soul Assumption now, though.
As Cuckoo's going to take some damage, getting a couple quick punches into him. They already throw out 1 round there of the Soul Assumption. The Impale comes out afterwards. Paulison, does he have enough to get the kill? Doesn't quite look like it. He's just getting the walkaway there.
Yeah, it was a little bit unfortunately timed. Yokum had tossed out the Impale a little bit earlier, and it's a 14-second cooldown, so they couldn't add up the Impale damage onto the Soul Assumption.
Quick shout out real quickly to Hexor305 in chat, saying, Casters, Royal Jelly Tooltip is shown on the Real Illusion Hero, making it very easy to identify the real hero. That's what they were talking about.
Oh, that's right. I do remember reading about that.
Thanks, buddy, for the assist. Love it.
So I'm guessing the Phantom Lancer had picked it up and used it, and they always knew which PL was the real PL. Which, Again, don't really think it would have made too much of an impact that game.
Right.
But okay, I see. Yeah, shout out to Hexor.
It could also be that Miracle
Cuckoo.
might get it himself, as Cuckoo has just barely managed to get out of there and pops the salve, so he's living through that one.
That's true. Good point. Yeah, Naga Siren will have to avoid that.
Royal Jelly. All right, lots of tips. They're like, okay, you're gonna get this pull off. That happens. It's just okay. Man, so they're kind of getting an okay time in this like pseudo tri lane. You keep on seeing these pulls get off, and they're able to deny out some of the creeps to Miracle. The big winner in all of this is Raven, who has had like the freest Faceless Void game ever, 27-11.
Yeah, and I'm seeing this more and more of Faceless Void supports are going for a full Bazzi ring, and I'm still not 100% sure why. I know, I forgot which game it was, but some caster was, I think it was BSJ, was very curious about it, because if you're just by yourself, it does not give you that much more mana regen, as In Your Dream gets triple rotated on in the mid lane.
Dude, this ain't good for them. They will lose Zephyr in the end, but you take that trade every day of the week.
Hell
The
yeah.
fact that Forev like can't contest at all this lane means that Faceless Void is completely free. They all rotate mid. Like, these next couple of minutes, something needs to change drastically for T1, because they look. It feels like Geek Fam is 2 steps ahead of them right now.
I don't know how you gank a level 5 Faceless Void now.
Yeah.
You have nowhere near the amount of disable or burst damage necessary. Like, he's under their tier 1 and he's dueling them.
Yeah.
And now the rest of Radiant have shown up. Zephyr's gonna get a counter ward, and they see Yokum, but Glimpse is still on cooldown as Whitemon had used that to send Visage back to the top lane. And Visage gets straight up boots. So already chewed through 3 mangoes, or given 3 mangoes. And man, I what do you do with the Visage? Can't wait to find out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to watch and see what he goes for here. I mean, it's a really good, like, high damage team fighter. That part of it is nice. They're, you know, getting some pressure on
Assuming you don't
Cuckoo.
have to deal with a Chronosphere, because
Yeah.
once the Chronosphere comes into play, then all that aggression goes away. Paulson now getting killed and not being able to finish off Cuckoo.
Oh god, that feels so bad as Paulison. Cuckoo, at the
He's
very
got 5
least,
stick charges. He's toying with them.
are they even going to be able to really go in here and, like, I mean, Miracle kind of needs to be careful himself, to be honest.
I think it depends on if Raven wants to show up, and Raven's like, "Are you kidding me, guys? This is, like you said, the freest lane of my life. I'm not going anywhere."
Yeah, he's almost 1,000 gold ahead of the Naga Siren right now. They are going to start to get a little bit more pressure onto him here now that Forev, I almost said Faker, is about to get the level 3 Ion Shell. This is a big increase in damage, up to 68 per second, as they bring in a couple more heroes looking for a stun. Raven's got Chronosphere. Is he going to use it? I don't think he has to.
Nope.
Dude, this feels so
If there
bad.
was, now, if there was a support who had a stun, he would have had to, because Time Walk was still on cooldown for like another 10 seconds. But a Visage does not provide a stun. You only had, well, and they had used Vacuum earlier, as you can see from the 30-second cooldown on Darkseer. But they're going to rotate mid now, see if they can kill off this Shadow Fiend. They get the homing missile off.
Carl into trouble. No, he missed the stun. Living through it. Oh god, no, it's not gonna happen. And now In Your Dream. Oh, the spike.
Oh,
no! Yokum. What a god. What a god.
Tactical. He missed the info. I was like, I'm so bad at this game. Oh no. And
Where's
then
the
Shadow
tips?
Fiend.
Where's the tips for Carl?
Yeah, where are the tips? You're right. That is definitely a tip-worthy occasion. Alright, well, they get the kill. It shouldn't have really happened, but at the same time, he should have probably connected the stun anyway, so Shadow Fiend should have been dead, and Whitemon gets a counter ward.
Now that would have been pretty hype if he would have faked the raise.
Yeah, and baited out the carapace. Hell
Yes.
yeah.
That's what I was hoping for. But nonetheless, man, you're talking about that like vacuum for Forev. I think that it speaks to like the type of game that he's kind of had in his past couple Darkseers. And I think it's in some ways it is kind of Darkseer. The problem with this hero right now is like, and the way that T1 are playing it, where they tend to be leaving him alone. I just don't think you can do it to Darkseer anymore. This hero just needs too much help because of those early level struggles that you happen, because it's been 2 separate games in a row. He is just gonna get chronoed down and dead. Oh, and he gets the last hit, and it's gonna drop a Mega Train. Dude, what the hell?
What a player.
You see, that's the next level play. Had he gone for the kill on the Centaur first, he wouldn't have gotten the neutral item. He knew.
Right. You're right.
Miracle.
Now, some other jungle creep must have died. Raised the possibility. Soul
And-
Assumption is not dodged.
They're going to get the snowball through, trying to take him down, but Zephyr going to be the one that eats the dust. And now afterwards, Cuckoo in some trouble. They find the stun there. Signs of life from T1. It's a 3,000 gold lead, but Naga has still been able to get some decent farm.
Yeah, no, she's keeping up with the Faceless Void, which is surprising, seeing as how Faceless Void has basically been laning solos. Now raises on the In Your Dreams Gyro mid with an Arcane Rune. Carl's going to get an easy kill.
The thing that I was going to mention was that this is the second day in a row where I've seen Forev have to like last hit with level 1 ion or level 1 vacuum. There's been a couple of times where he's had to do that, and it just feels really bad. But it's the nature of this hero and the way that T1 kind of are playing it, where it's really like he gets sacrificed heavily.
Well, I'm surprised that he's just not cutting the wave. Like I understand that maybe you don't want to dedicate a support to do it for him, as now that's gonna send the gyrocopter all the way back to the fountain with that glimpse. And they didn't even have an observer ward, so I'm curious if T1 are gonna be like, oh, they have a ward here. That's how he saw me. Instead,
Yeah.
Zephyr's just gonna go man mode.
They take him down in just a second here. It looks like is Yoakum Surge Chase.
Nice
Ooh,
surge.
gets gone on. And now they follow it up, trying to bring down Forev. Snowball in with just no regard for anything. He already used
Aw,
Surge.
nice try.
It would have been nifty, but it's only level 1. Oh, it feels bad. Yeah, I think the thing you're talking about is they just give Forev the tip. No, don't do it to the man. Come on, he's a nice guy.
He is a nice
Oh,
guy.
God. But I think part of the reason is because they also have this Disruptor. It's such a hard hero to deal with in the lane for the Darkseers. Paulison, they snowball through, just going to take him down. Gyrocopter, he just got back here after getting glimpsed back to the fountain, and he's sent back again. They are getting rolled. My God.
That means like the past 90 seconds, Gyrocopter has just been walking back and forth from the lane.
Ugh.
Oh man.
Found Miracle.
At least compared to the previous game, as he is going to get the root onto the Tusk.
Oh,
Oh,
Snowball trying to live? Maybe
He
he's
can
got it
stumble into
available.
creeps.
He gets off
Oh, he's
to
on
the
the
side.
run.
And
But his
Cuckoo's
tranquil
nearby.
boots, oh my god, he is going to get out.
Unreal. They kill off Yoakum on the other side of the map, meanwhile. So Nyx is going to go down 10-4. It's a 5,000 gold lead at 10 minutes. And Cuckoo, he's just not giving Miracle any time. He just takes the smallest creep possible and then runs away. Like, how annoying can you be for this Miracle, like, Naga? He's got to be so tilted right now.
Granted, it's not as catastrophic of a draft loss as it was in game 1, so...
Dude, the Disruptor's ahead of everybody but the Naga. What do you mean?
True. In terms of minute-to-minute gameplay, Geek Fam has just dismantled T1. But there is no Alchemist Time Bomb.
Yeah.
As intimidating as a massively farmed Faceless Void is, a Naga can outcarry a Faceless Void eventually.
That's
especially
true.
with a Gyrocopter also.
Yeah.
And boy, as I say this, more and more T1 players just keep dying, which are kind of neutralizing my argument here. But it's not the Naga, and it's not the Gyrocopter. So as long as those two heroes are not dying relentlessly, then there is a possibility for T1 to get back into the game.
I mean, but see, the thing that I completely agree, under normal circumstances, that would absolutely be the case. But you look at T1 right now, like, In Your Dream doesn't even have cooldown yet. Like, they are all just, let's farm, right?
No,
like,
that's what I'm saying. They're gonna get such a huge power spike as soon as they get their stuff online, right?
yeah.
Right?
I mean, maybe. Oh, God, Miracle. No, not like this. The glimpse, they pull him back in, and now the Static Storm. He is down. He is dead. Like, they can't even fight. It's all falling apart. Oh,
Yeah.
man, it hurts.
And Geek Fam are again going for early game-ending kind of items. Carl was probably going to get the Yules anyways. That's just like a popular build these days on the Shadow Fiend, but it also helps because it's just such a great pick-off item. Very useful.
no.
Chrono onto the gyro.
Not again.
Oh, look at that
Ooh,
Ion Shell range, though.
Impale, trying to bring it down. He doesn't have the talent yet. Yoakum is going to
I
get chased down
assumed he
here as
may
well.
have been level 10. Yules up into the Requiem.
Gone. Super duper dead. Everywhere they go, T1 is just dying. I mean, this is what happens when you come out ahead when 3 lanes. Is Raven is Mask of Madnessing to get movement speed to catch up to Paulison to kill him. He gets a double kill, one bottom lane, one mid lane. This dude's good.
Yep.
When was the last time that something good happened for T1? Nyx Assassin getting the kill on Cuckoo at about 9 minutes.
Yeah, I believe that was the last thing. Since then, it's just been a pain train. Miracle, is he gonna song? He does.
Oh no, they got the snowball though. Miracle in a lot of trouble. Call down, maybe a chance. No, he didn't hit the first rocket. Oh, and it's
all
not
about
enough
the
damage
second
on the
rocket.
second rocket as they pull back in the Naga Siren. The timing, I mean, if that doesn't tell you what's going on, Policy gets level 6 though. Don't worry. He's got level 6 now.
He's a support now. He has a stun. Hooray!
Oh, and they're gonna take down.
Cuckoo?
They want these birds. They're not quite gonna get him. Cuckoo, do you overextend?
That's very slick. Yokum walks into the Aether Remnant with his carapace on.
The turn!
And the Shadow Fiend!
The turn!
Oh!
It's happening! Chase down. Can they find any more? Oh, trying to take down Yokum. There's gonna be the shards for him, but the bird stun. Double the bird stun. And Raven's gonna get the jump out of there as they do. Snowball on the illusion for the runaway. The rocket's gonna kill him though. Static Storm, no, it doesn't kill him! Oh, unreal.
Only level 1.
And now Forev tries to get away. They don't have another glimpse yet, so they won't be able to quite catch him. Man,
Never's still running away from these Darkseer wall illusions. But he's gonna be fine now.
this is a struggle right now. Holy Toledo.
They got some kills. They killed off the Shadow Fiend. That's a nice little perk. I don't know who got the kill credit. Oh no, it was Forev. I was kind of hoping it would have gone the way of the gyrocopter, but I don't think it was alive yet.
Yeah.
Well, at least the Darkseer can make his way to the mech. And then just make it a little bit longer for them to all die.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fighting-oriented item, which is what they like. You can't just farm your way out of this in this type of a game. You have to be able to take a fight. The problem is that there's so much more net worth. There's been 27 kills. Oh, I hear a Chrono. Oh,
Aether Remnant. All these Void heroes, they sound very similar.
you're not wrong. Okay. Raven smoked. Looking for the jump. Spots Paulison. Meanwhile, Cuckoo on the other side. Yokum's there. And they found one. So they pull him back in and gonna give him a hug.
It's quite the hug.
Yeah.
Oh, Grove Bow. That'll be great for Shadow Fiend.
That is a nice one. Scan hits off to the side. Yokum is like, all right, they're coming for you, Miracle. Time to get out. He does have a TP, not opting to use it yet, but we'll find him to get out. Okay.
It's all on Naga. I don't even think Gyrocopter is going to be able to do that much this game. Gyrocopter, if I were him, I would just start... Oh, they get a...
It was a glimpse away afterwards. Whitemon does get brought down.
Yeah, so this is the way the Gyrocopter should be playing. He should just go like full combat oriented. Like honestly, the first item BKB, I would be perfectly okay with that because that means that he can't get Yule's comboed by the Shadow Fiend.
Right.
Because Carl does have the Blink Dagger now, and so I think that he just needs to make enough space on the Gyrocopter for this Naga Siren to farm the enemy jungle, farm deep behind the safety of their wards, and in your dream just has to tank all the abuse.
I mean, they've stemmed the bleeding a little bit over the past couple of minutes, it feels like, after that overextension. Maybe some of that is just T1 realizing, all right, or rather Geek Fam realizing, all right, let's take our time with this, make sure that we don't overextend.
It's kind of the same way that it was in Game 1, where they let those 2 Tier 1 towers go down, because the Ember Spirit on Geek Fam was completing off the Desolator, and the Alchemist was completing off the BKB, so it seems like the way that Geek Fam like to play is that whenever they have an early advantage, they push it a little bit, and then they're like, okay, we're going to farm. You can come back into the game if you really can, but don't hold your breath as they get a Yule set up onto the Naga into the silence.
Vacuum wall trying to stop this damage, but it ain't going to happen. They die, and now Forev also in trouble. Can they pull him back in time? Doesn't look like they're going to be able to. Well, he's time dilated, actually. And I don't think they care about your tier 3 tower, Mr. Forev. I really don't think they care one bit. Maybe they do a little bit.
Oh,
maybe a little bit. Maybe not. Oh, stun. Yokum finds him, but they won't be able to get that kill.
Yeah, Raven doesn't even care about using the Chronosphere. I think that unless if it's a high priority target like the gyrocopter or the Naga, he's not going to bother. Which it is the gyro, as he finds him in the top lane. Can he solo him? Burns off all the mana.
Oh man. Oh, Raven. What a monster.
Again, building towards ending the game early. I don't think a Mask of Madness Diffusal Blade is traditional against a Naga Siren because you have no AoE whatsoever, but you don't need it because you're going to win the game in probably the next 10 minutes.
Well, and like you were saying, there is that worry that, you know, you overextend, you maybe put your foot too far forward, and Geek Fam still could throw this game. There have been bigger throws in the history of Dota, and absolutely in the Southeast Asia region as well. But this is not something that, at least in the recent past, Geek Fam have been known for, I would say. As the DD Shadow Fiend is going to head on in and try and take this down. I was wondering if he was going to take the Presence or Effects buildings, but he still went for the 30 movement speed.
I guess he wants to have fun. That does not end the game quicker, so it's a little bit surprising that he goes for it. But it is the more entertaining of the talents, especially when you got a Yules. He's 422 move speed.
Well,
but if they're gonna be, yeah, I don't really agree with that. But whatever, they're gonna win anyway. I'm pretty sure.
The odds have
But if they
changed
don't, I'm
drastically.
blaming the talent. Yes, that's exactly right.
Jeez. All right. Well, they're all coming down here bottom. They are ready to party. Miracle spots out Whitemon. They've got Static Storm. I don't know if you want to be here. Miracle went in deep. They're probably going to get this kill onto the Disruptor, but it might come at a cost as Raven jumps in. They're going to find absolutely everybody. Does he decide to drop anything down? Doesn't have the Chronosphere back up for a little while, but he still has that Aegis. Turns onto Yoakum. Almost able to find that kill, but not quite in time. Now Forev, after the Naga Siren's gone down, is going to be the next target for them. Coral finds In Your Dream. They're just trying desperately to hold on with anybody possible. So they get the blink out with the Shadow Fiend, and, well, Nyx is hoping to find something. I don't know if he's going to get anything.
I think he's just hoping to get out with his life, hopefully. Or maybe steal the 20-minute bounty rune. How much time is left on Vendetta? Oh yeah, he could get it.
Yeah, definitely. Or just kill him.
Oh!
Snowball save. Oh, good stun. Interrupt, and then the jump through, and Cuckoo actually just gonna live and blow the
Oh my
wall
god,
up.
is some real anime shit
Oh no,
right
pull
there.
him up to high ground.
Oh my
Forev.
god.
Come hang out, let's go. He just
That may
like...
be the most Naruto shit I've ever seen in Dota.
We gotta take a moment here to go to the camera. This dude just went whoosh, and then ran through them all. That was crazy. What the hell was that? Unbelievable. Mr. Cuckoo,
That's
you
why
crazy.
I love all these new hero concepts. They're so fun to watch. Pango's so fun to watch. Snappfire's so fun to watch. Void Spirit's so fun to watch.
Oh, jeez. 15,000 gold lead, 20 minutes in. Aegis still on the Void. He's happy as a clam, ready to go. What's he got coming out on the courier right now? That is the full BKB. All right.
All right. He's level 17. Oh my god.
Dude, I can't get over that. He four heroes surround Cuckoo. They jump on top of him. He Yule scepters. The Cyclone pulls him up in the air, and then he comes down. That was awesome.
Awesome.
All right, what's next? The Tier 1 tower is still standing across the map right now for Geek Fam. I think that there's like really low tower damage on most of them. I mean, there's a chance that maybe they can make some type of a play, but it feels like they just need to wait for like an item on anybody.
Yeah, Gyrocopter is working his way to the first item BKB, so I'm totally on board with that, like I had said. And they're protecting him. They're letting the Naga Siren farm in comparatively safer territory, who has now found Whitemon. And we'll get the kill.
Okay.
But at what cost?
Yeah, Miracle goes down. They've got Ion Shells in here. Doesn't look like it's going to be enough. They get the little Scepter,
the
Beacon
BKB
Beach.
just for the Knicks.
It feels bad, man. Oh my god. Well, they kill another one. Yule Scepter lift up. They found this Gyrocopter. They have the Snowball afterwards. Blink forward, raise, because why not? Carl finishes it off. Zephyr, the one that actually gets the kill. 4 dead again. Jeez.
That just happened.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, Raven's still in the game. I forgot about him. He's falling behind. He didn't get to participate in any of those kills, and now Shadow Fiend's about to outpace him in terms of experience.
Yeah.
What is this?
I don't know.
Dire's middle
I
tower
mean,
is
it's
under
not good. Whatever it is a hard time right now.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, towards mid,
attack.
Miracle.
Dire's bottom tower
He's
is
gonna
under
try and cut
attack.
some waves if he can. They see that he's there again. Zephyr does not care a lot about these towers, and they get the glimpse back. They found him. Snowball. They know it's the real one.
Yeah, he's trying
Oh
to trick
no, they know it's the real one.
Oh, he
God.
gets the song canceled.
And then
with
the
Aether Realm.
Tumpin, the double caught in the Chronosphere off to the side. They're gonna blow up Yokum. Then Cuckoo runs in on top of Forev. Yule's Scepter lift up. Again, you have to wonder, when was the last good thing that happened for these guys? T1 are just getting dismantled. They are looking so good.
Even when something good happens, it's actually a bad thing. Naga Siren getting that kill on the Disruptor as Paulison's also going to die just meant that Naga revealed her location, and the
Right.
rest of Geek Fam just immediately converged on her.
The slow rundown of the Visage with no response.
Under attack.
Man, there's just nothing they can do. It's like it is completely fallen off the rails.
Dire's bottom tower
It's
is
just,
under attack.
they're just gonna start tipping people. They're tipping whoever they want.
Yeah, there really is no one to target at this point on Tier 1. Or T1, they're all equally culpable, which at least it wasn't as much of a draft loss, even though I have no idea what the Visage was all about.
Neil, it ain't tier 1.
It's not. This is not Tier 1. I
Oh.
kept giving them the benefit of the doubt, but it's not.
Well, it's Mantis style done on Naga. They're gonna try and go for one last play here. They've got 4 points up in vacuum.
Okay.
The big ol' wall afterwards. Can they hit the combo? Can they do it? One last time, one last ride. Yokum goes for it. The big ol' stun. Do they have enough damage though? They try and bring him down. Snowball save. Pull everybody on in and then try and take him down afterwards. The buyback comes from the gyrocopter. Carl doesn't quite kill off Yokum, and now he has to run. Oh, he gets the blink
Blinked out.
down. So they kill off one.
All right.
It was about the best you could have hoped for.
It shows that at the minimum they're able to execute that combo,
Yeah.
and that's all the credit I'm gonna give them.
Yeah. I mean, again, there's like, I don't even know. I'm trying to like go back in my brain to like the laning stage and what just went so wrong here, because like it just didn't feel like they ever got their legs under them with this game. It was really tough.
Yeah, Shadow Fiend didn't really get rotated on, aside from after he was already like level 6 that time that he accidentally carapaced himself on a raise. So I think that's one thing, is that you should technically abuse a Shadow Fiend more, especially when you have a good setup with the gyrocopter. They get a net onto the Void Spirit, and Yokum tries to get some cheeky Meteor Hammer damage on the Tier 1 tower, but he's probably going to die for it.
Will
So
be
that's one thing,
punished.
is that I think they should have abused the Shadow Fiend a little bit more. The thing is, I don't know what hero should have done that, because yet again, Visage is not capable of doing that. Miracle gets his courier killed above a bounty rune that had a Blade of Alacrity on it. That's probably not great.
That was Diffusal, probably. That was Diffusal. Oh,
What was the courier doing there?
I'm not sure, man. It's hard. Game is hard. They've got Aghanims done on Shadow Fiend. Like, Carl is feeling
Oh
himself
man,
right
I
now.
thought you were gonna say Faceless Void, and I was gonna be like, oh my god, someone finally built it.
Oh, and he's just gonna go in for the chrono. Hitting the wrong Naga Siren illusion though. Snowball. Looks like they found the right one afterwards. BKB is gonna be popped, and so too will the Naga Siren. Oh, they blow up the Visage. They're gonna find the Yule Scepter afterwards. Spider legs on in. Well, a good stun again from
Nice.
Yokum. Do they have any
Meteor
more
Hammer.
follow-up? They get the
Oh.
kill. All right, Shadow Fiend goes down. Raven
Oh.
goes down. Tier 1, baby. Let's go.
Oh god, Nyx Assassin yet again. It's these heroes that I don't want getting the kills. He gets 1,000 gold off of killing Faceless Void on the Nyx Assassin, which, to be fair, I will say that Yokum's probably been playing the best out of everyone on Tier 1. T1.
T1.
Tier 1. They're Tier 1 now. They
What's
got
he
that
gonna
combo
get?
off.
He's going for a Yule Scepter? All right.
Yeah, I don't think an Axe is going to be very useful, because you're not going to really be able to defend your high ground after one of your Rax has already been breached.
Dire's top
You
tower
guys see
is
that?
under
Forev
attack.
like vacuums the creep wave and Yokum comes in to get the last hit. I guess that they're giving it all to him to try and get a Yule Scepter. I would have thought that Forev would have wanted more farm, but I guess he doesn't really need that much more. Like Pipe is, I guess Pipe's
Yeah.
good. Pipe's still good. I don't know.
I think they need more damage, because you saw that they were fairly close to killing Geek Fam the first time that they pulled off the combo near the bot tier 3. So If they manage to get like a little bit more convenient setup with the Yules, then maybe the Naga Siren won't have to lead with the song every single time. They can like pick someone off, like the Tusk, and then go for the song vacuum combo.
Yeah, and we've seen that that's something that we've only seen a part of how good it could end up being, right? Because you've still got the Naga Siren Diffusal Blade that's going to be coming online soon. I don't think that we saw like the bird drops on top of it, as Yokum is going to find another avenue over here to the side, hitting the nice little tower with the Meteor Hammer. It's the Nature's Prophet and Leshrac way of doing things.
I mean, he's keeping them in the game.
Yeah.
They did manage to successfully take the tier 1 tower bot. And let's see if he spends the second cooldown of Meteor Hammer on the tower again. It will kill it if he... Oh, he's going for it.
Yeah.
Yokum, what a player.
This is definitely the play. And him doing this, I mean, it's not like the type of thing that's going to like completely save the game or anything, but that little injection of gold, it's important. And you mentioned it earlier. If you can manage to hold out and like keep your high ground intact, there is a possibility that T1 could make this happen.
Yep. T1's heroes are more than capable of out carrying, and we've only seen like Gyrocopter. Gyrocopter is the 4th lowest net worth. Have we mentioned this? Gyrocopter is barely out farming a 5-position disruptor as a mid. Paulson's bird dies. I don't know if it saw that Roche is up, but I don't think they can challenge Roche. Although, if there was ever a chance to get back into the game, it is a Roche challenge.
Absolutely. That would be the moment. There is a lot of heroes down here bottom. Shadow Fiend's going to run over to the side. They spot him out. Big jump in. Well, that song is not going to save Forev for the moment as they find his finish. Kill him off. Song TP away. Raven, thinking about jumping. Do they find Yokum?
Oh, they saw Yokum.
Get out of there,
They got
man.
a glimpse of him.
And they're just going to drop the ward down. And then they spot him. Then they're going to be able to punch him down here as he does drop the Meteor Hammer, but will be stunned and bashed. Space created.
Space created. Although now he's dead and he can't buy back. Oh no, he's their most valuable hero.
Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I'm not even like being... I was being sarcastic when I first said that, but I think he is their most valuable hero because I haven't seen Paulson be able to execute the bird stuns immediately after the song vacuum.
It's
I think
hard.
you really need the impale. Yeah, it's really hard. So the impale is kind of critical to make that whole combo work.
Right.
But they're just gonna Roche.
Okay. And I mean, again, you can... I think you're okay giving up this one. If you can get this kill into Whitemon here, this would be really good. So, Diffusal Blade online. Miracle is starting to deal some damage. Again, like with 3,000 gold, unironically, this is still playable for T1.
Yeah. Visage has a Solar Crest completed. You've got a Mindbreaker on Nagasiren, so if you manage to catch the Void without a BKB, you can definitely get that kill.
Yeah.
So, eminently possible, just not likely.
Well, and we've seen this build that, you know, Carl is going for. It's very, very squishy if he gets caught out without his BKB.
Yeah.
And there are times where he jumps in, Yule Scepters, BKBs, and pops his ulti. And if you have buybacks afterwards, all of a sudden, he's kind of a sitting duck with no defensive options. The only problem is that right now, the only hero with buyback on Dire is the Nyx Assassin and the Naga. But it's still doable. We'll see.
At this point, I'm sure as Carl, you may be sweating somewhat. You're like, what if I had taken the presence effects buildings? But
Yeah.
they're starting to push now. All the ultimates are available for both teams.
Okay.
We'll see if they can lead with a song.
They have Solar Crest right now on Paulison. Can throw that one around. Miracle's picked up a Basher. Going to try and drain through some of the mana here. No, Song of the Siren. This is a big one. They're walking in on top of it. Forev needs to hit the perfect combination. The Impale afterwards. Is it going to be done perfectly? It is. All of the damage out. Is it going to be enough static storms down? They can't stop it. They kill them all.
Oh
The
my
buyback
God.
comes from the Shadow Fiend right away, but now Raven, in a ton of freaking trouble, is going to get ran down in a second. Do they have enough to chase him? He just Chronos, tries to run away, but in your dream, he has the missile on him. They got eyes on Raven. He's in trouble. He jumps to the other side, tried to jump through the missile, but it doesn't work. And now Shadow Fiend, he's going to die back. Carl, you can't get caught here. You've got to run away. Put your
He's got
spider
back.
legs on. It's time to run. Oh my God.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
I thought you could BKB in time to not get impaled,
Well,
but But Cole didn't. I like the Faceless Void. I understand not BKBing because he had the Aegis, and so he'll be able to respawn and fight afterwards. But Shadow Fiend did not BKB. I thought that you could beat it.
I mean, this is what I'm talking about. Like, this game is hypothetically playable if Geek Fam, makes some dubious mistakes. And now, all of a sudden, like, it was a 23,000 gold lead. Look at that drop off. The net worth graph hasn't even caught up yet as far as all of this is concerned. But you have got to be careful if you're Geek Fam, because this game is throwable.
Yeah, and Shadow Fiend is kind of he's railroaded into this weird build where he can't really transition into being a right clicker. He's kind of all in on magic damage. He's gonna get the cooldown reduction talent, and he's working. I don't really, man. I don't know. I'm not. It's a totally winnable game. It's a totally winnable game for T1. Visage only has room to grow. Yeah. Wow. What a beautifully executed team fight that was, though.
How do you just stand together as 4 heroes when you know that that's there?
Yeah. Especially Tusk. Like, it's so greedy for Zephyr to not go blink this game. That's, like, so ballsy.
All right.
Glimpse up.
Another round of Impale, the Meteor Hammer afterwards. It's happening. Neil, it's happening. It's all happening. Going downhill. Cuckoo, you got to get out of there. BKB from Raven, but he doesn't have the damage. They get the Abyssal Blade on Carl. They interrupt the ulti. Song of the Siren out. There's only 2 BKBs there. In your dream, they've got him caught again. Do they have any extra follow-up? Yoakum trying to move in a position. He's not quite going to be there in time. Yule Scepter left up afterwards. Cuckoo on the high ground. They got him caught. He's taking so much damage. He blows up. 2 minutes dead. No buyback. Now another round as they all just need to get out of there. Geek Fam, what have you done?
Oh my god.
Why have you forsaken us?
Wow. Oh boy is right. Tusk, my god.
Oh my goodness.
I
mean, this is now objectives taken. Nobody has buyback on Geek Fam that's dead.
It honestly kind of might be game, although there is Chrono on Raven, but buyback is not available on the Shadow Fiend, and even if it did, he would not be very useful because he has an Aghanim Scepter and he's missing a bunch of souls. I think they're just going to go for tier 4.
He doesn't have a TP for another 4 seconds, so he can't get in time there that quickly. They're going for the tier 4s. They saw that the Shadow Fiend bought back before, and he is now dead. They have Tusk back up and available. Faceless Void going in for this one, trying to take them down if at all possible. Darkseer is the first target, but can they find any more afterwards? Silence for the moment. It's Raven versus the world. He has to hold on. He's got to be able to keep this game alive. Zephyr trying to keep alive. It's not going to happen. 90 seconds dead. Somehow, some way, Tier 1, T1, they made it happen. In the most amazing way possible. They're trying to end this one out. Cuckoo's back up again, actually. Have I called it too soon? I don't know. It's going to be so hard for him to hold this. There is the Meteor Hammer down after the vacuum and the wall. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful Dota from T1. We gave them some shit, but they came to play. Geek Fam end. They lose the game 45-22 with an 11,000 gold lead.
And that's an end game gold lead. It peaked at almost 28,000.
Look at that graph.
Oh my god.
Yo, I said there was a moment where I was like, it's still playable. It's still playable. And that was like, it was right about here. That was right when that happened. What the hell? Dude, that gold lead. Oh.
Never doubt Miracle Naga. What can I say? Actually, no, I'm still giving Yoakum was by far the MVP for me. I think he like there's an immense amount of pressure to land that Impale. If he does not land the Impale, they do not win because Impale's the only thing that could theoretically beat a BKB. I'm still fairly sure that you can always BKB after a Naga song, no matter what the disable is. But because you can even do it like with a Jakiro Ice Path underneath you.
Right.
But whatever the case, Yoakum played insanely well. And all of T1 managed. No, I'll go back to my original time. All of Tier 1 played extremely well. Still kind of skeptical on the Visage, but the rest of it was played to perfection, and they deserve that victory. And Geek Fam deserved the loss. They should not have been positioned that way against. They just didn't respect it, which... If you're up 28,000, you probably don't need to respect it, but this is Tier 1 Dota.
Dude, you look at these betting odds. It was 11-1 going in at one point in this game. Oh my
man.
god,
Someone just
unreal.
made out like a Dragon Claw bandit right now.
Unbelievable. I'm still just staring in shock at this graph and how ridiculous it was. So sick. Man, we're going to a game 3 though. How do you recover from that one? Who the hell knows? This is our first game 3 in a while.
First game 3 of the Southeast Asia region. It's been all 2-0s so far.
Yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back in just a few for game number 3, and I'm just going to stare at this graph for a little bit. See you guys in a